YouTube, it's your boy Karan back again with another top video topic. So we got the first look at the Deadpool 3, Hugh Jackman in his Wolverine costume. Forgive me for not having the same optimism as everybody else. I know everybody's thinking like, we finally get Wolverine in his costume. Is not really his costume. It's a yellow and a blue costume that has sleeves on the arms, which they aren't supposed to be. And look, I don't want to sound like I'm nitpicking because I'm a very avid lover of X-Men animated series. That was all my childhood, bro. You know, Wolverine and the X-Men comics. You know, and even some of the X-Men movies, like, look, the first X-Men movie was like that, and Spider-Man was the beginning of the MCU, that Spider-Man and Blade. But will it be good, though? Like, is this too late of a move? Because me personally, I thought Deadpool 2 was just all right. Like, it has some really funny moments, but for the most part, the only thing I really did like about the movie was the comic accurate Colossal. We got the X-Mansion. Now, granted, we couldn't have the X-Men characters in it because the whole merger with Fox and Disney didn't happen yet. So you could only really have certain characters. You got a watered down version of X-Force, you know, the movie version of it. Cable was cool. Josh Brolin, yeah, he made cake that year because I think that same year Endgame came out too. He was caking them. But you know, it just like I feel like people give Hugh Jackman a lot of credit for the Wolverine role, and granted he killed Wolverine, but he was the only one that did it. So how good is he really if we only get to compare him to himself? Like, X-Men 1 and 2, classics. 3, The Last Stand, garbage. X-Men Origins Wolverine, garbage. The Wolverine, it was alright. Logan, it was alright. It's not like a lot of people think that was Oscar worthy. I'm just like, look, I know the Old Man Logan comic. And granted, I know they don't do story for story in the movie, but I'm just like, is this what y'all decided to go with in the movie version? And it's just like, it's cool, you know, and I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see. I don't know, there's a rumor going around that Omega Red might be the villain, but like I said, I don't share the same optimism. Like, I'm looking, and granted, that could be the testing suits and everything, because it's obviously, you know, Deadpool's suit is going to look a lot different on the screen as opposed to what they're running around in. But why does he have sleeves, bro? Wolverine never had sleeves. And even, like I said, even in the X-Men movies, I was just like, so you're going to just give them black suits? Like, even in the old, like the very first X-Men days where they all had the hoods over, I don't know if you want to call it hoods or masks and everything like that, like, Wolverine still didn't have sleeves. You know, they had him, Beast was more, he wasn't blue, he was like a human version, but beastly, Cyclops, and a couple other mutants. But, you know, and oh yeah, and Days of Future Past, that and Apocalypse. I mean, I like Days of Future Past, but it just seems like everything with X-Men, they always seem like fall short. Like, maybe it's just me and my expectations, but X-Men, the animated series, was so goddamn good that it's really hard. And granted, it's a cartoon, but the storytelling, the intro, the intro is a masterpiece. I'll play. There's times where I'll be on my, you know, getting my steps in, walking outside or at the gym, and I'll just play that intro over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, just because it just gets me going. But, you know, part of me also feels like they should have let somebody else play Wolverine. Yo, why? I don't know. Maybe, like I said, maybe I'm just nitpicking, but like, why is Wolverine as tall as Deadpool? He should be short, husky, like, I don't know, maybe Tom Hardy, right? I feel like Tom Hardy would have been perfect for the role. His last name's Egerton. He was in Kingsman. I can't remember his first name, but I feel like he'd be great for the role. He's proven to be a great actor. And there's a couple other people that I feel like, yo, like, this same guy said he was done doing Wolverine. He was done doing the Marvel. He wanted to move on to something else in his career. It was too stressful on his body. And, now here he is in Deadpool. And look, I could be wrong. It could be better than Deadpool 2. I like the first Deadpool, but I'm just like, I don't share the same optimism as everybody else. I want it to really be good because I feel like, you know, X-Men is like it's going to be very pivotal to Marvel phase. I think phase 5 or 6, one of them, where they're going to bring that's going to be about the mutants. So I think they're going with a different cast for X-Men. I hope they are, because most of them are just older anyway. And to me personally, like the whole First Class all the way up to Dark's Phoenix X-Men, like, God bless them, but they don't need a continuation on the characters. If you're going to start with X-Men, start with somebody fresh and new. And I just think because Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds are buddies, that's the only reason why Hugh Jackman's really doing it. I really hope it's good. Like I said, I just don't know. Like, I don't want it to be something over the top. Like, Deadpool and Wolverine actually were in X-Force. So are we going to get an X-Force storyline? Are they going to start off fighting at first and then come together for something? I don't want it to be too jokey, gayish banter. I'm not trying to be offensive, but that's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want it to be too much of that. Like, I want Deadpool to have his jokey ways the way he does, but, I don't want Wolverine joking around all the time in this movie. I don't want a comedic version of Wolverine. There's cool to drop a couple lines here and there, but for the most part, Wolverine is supposed to be that guy where it's like, he ain't nothing to mess with, man. So, like I said, it was cool seeing him in his yellow, and granted, we seen him in the suit, but we didn't see the mask on his head, though. So, are we going to get that, too? And, a lot of people used to always say, like, oh, well, you can't. I think, what was it? I think it was James Mangold. He was saying something like, why he never put Wolverine in his costume. It's like, well, Wolverine doesn't strike me as a character that would put on his costume and then go to war. It's like, well, that's exactly what he did. That's why we loved him. And not even the blue and yellow costume. What about the yellow and the tan costume? The old school version costume. One of the very first introductions to Wolverine. Like, this whole Wolverine in the beater and some jeans, running around screaming and everything, that just didn't do it for me, man. Wolverine is so much more than that. It's like how the MCU did the Hulk, and they just got tired of not being able to tell a great story. So what they did was they made him Smart Hulk, and then how in the beginning of Infinity War, he got trashed by Thanos, and I guess I was the only one that was waiting for Worldbreaker Hulk to come out in Endgame, which would have been the perfect time for him to come out to save everybody. And on top of that, you could have led into a whole nother story after that phase. It was like, oh, yo, the Hulk could have been the main villain. Like, yo, he lost control. Like, I don't know if Bruce is in there, but I don't want to go off on a tangent. That's because I'm going to get mad again thinking about it. Because we didn't even get the Hulk versus Thanos round 2. Like, do y'all know what Worldbreaker Hulk would do to Thanos? Man, I don't know, man. The MCU just fumbled the ball. They fumbled the bag so many times. And Fox. I mean, where do we start? Like, Venom, Spider-Man 3, that was one of the biggest fumbles. Venom 2 was even worse than Venom 1. The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. The second one was garbage. The first one was it was alright. The second one was hot garbage. Morbius, I didn't even waste my time watching that, bro. I tried to watch like the first 10 minutes of it, and I just was like, nah, I can't do this. You ever go to Rotten Tomatoes, and I don't always Rotten Tomatoes it, but you ever go to the reviews when the movie's already out and like really look through the reviews? Because I got a lot of stuff to do, especially like making content now. I look at it, if most of the reviews are 3 stars and under, I ain't even gonna waste my time with it. I'd rather spend time doing something else, getting caught up on a TV show, watching anime, or just not watching that, reading, creating content, so I don't know, but I don't know, man. How do y'all feel about this? I know, like I said, I see a lot of people are hype about it. They're posting it, but maybe I'm just too harsh on it. I know what it is. I'm just trying not to get my expectations super high, especially with the Flash and everything that came out. Warner Brothers, they got rid of Henry Cavill after bringing him back. Granted, congratulations to the young man that got the Superman role. I'm not saying he's gonna bomb. I'm just saying that like they didn't even give Henry Cavill a chance to do what he could have did. You feel me? So, but I don't know, man. And it's not superhero fatigue. It's just like it's too much of this nonsense in the superhero genre. It's just like, yo, look, what Hollywood tends to do is every time something makes a lot of money, now they want to get wokish in it and start making it garbage, and they want to add these hidden agendas in the movies, and they want to be super over the top, super CGI. The action is so, the storytelling is garbage. I'm like, yo, do y'all know how many incredible comic book stories there are out there that y'all could have told, especially for Phase 4? Bruh. And stop killing off the villains. Stop. Like, yo, when you kill off the villains, you really don't, like, I don't want to see a multiverse where you keep bringing certain characters back because, oh yeah, we shouldn't have did this the first time, so let's make this let's bring them back, so or a different variant, let's bring them back so we can continue to tell a story. It's like, yo, it's a superhero genre. They don't have to die. Recast them and move on. Same way y'all should have did T'Challa. But I don't know. I keep getting off topic, but I'm still on topic with the superheroes. It's just like there is no superhero fatigue, because if there's superhero fatigue, well, what about the horror movies? What about comedy movies? Was it fatigue with those? People got tired of terrible storytelling. And then boom, once Insidious and The Conjuring came out, y'all done told like 70 stories related to that, and so many add-ons off that weren't even good. It's just like, yo, it's not fatigue. People don't like bad stories. Stop trying to just give us a money grab, bro. That's why you see a lot of content creators blowing up, because people would rather go on YouTube and look up their favorite content creators as opposed to going out to the movies. I love going to the movies, but I don't love going to the movies, wasting money and time and sitting in a movie theater with people I don't know, in seats I don't know if they cleaned, around food and everything that I probably won't eat, that's severely expensive, for a bad movie experience, for a bad movie, for a subpar movie. I don't want to see it. Like, bro, it's like they don't even factor that in. It's just like, and it's like rap now. It's like, yo, so many rappers are just giving y'all just the same type of song over and over and over again because they know or they believe that you're dumb enough to continue to support them, fatten in their pockets. I will not do such thing. Like nowadays, when a movie drop, I'm just like, let me ask around and see who's seen it and see what they thought about it before I even go waste my time to go to the movie theater. And even then, I don't have a problem spending $15-$20 on a movie. It's just like sitting in the movie theater for a movie that I may not like irks my soul. Especially a movie I have high expectations for. Like the last movie I went and saw was Creed 3, and I enjoyed it. I seen Top Gun at the house. I actually enjoyed Top Gun. I wish I'd have seen Top Gun in the theaters to get that experience. I seen John Wick at the house. I wish I'd have seen that in theaters to get that better experience. But it's just like there's been so many movies that are miss. It's really been hit or miss, and more leaning more towards miss. That more so, I'm just like, I might as well just wait for this to come out on a streaming service. So I'm sorry. The Suit doesn't get me hype enough. It just doesn't. Is it too little too late? Nah, not really. Like, and my thing is, how many Wolverine stories are y'all going to tell us over and over and over and over and over and over and over again? Do y'all know how many X-Men characters there are that have great storylines that people would love to hear about? Nightcrawler, Storm, Magneto, anyone in the Brotherhood, Quicksilver, Cyclops, Havoc, Jean Grey, Jubilee, Professor X, Beast, Mystique. Like, you could tell the stories about the Sentinels. You could tell the stories about the Stryker program, the Weapon X program with Sabretooth and all them. Like, yo. And granted, Marvel's going to be doing the whole phase, I think phase 6, about the mutants, but like I said, something tells me they just gonna mess it up because I can't even trust Marvel right now. They used to be really like they used to be really reliable. I'll just say that. But now that the woke culture the mob them too, and they just throwing out anything and mixing parts around, and you know, I don't know, man. It's just hard to even get excited about some of these things anymore. So I'm just holding out hope, and I'm still actually kind of mad what they did with the Hulk. I'll probably never forgive them for that, bro. And to be honest with you, I think a lot of the Netflix shows that they're putting on Disney Plus, I think they should have stayed on Netflix. Marvel should have, and granted, money talks. They should have worked out a deal where they was able to keep Daredevil on Netflix. Daredevil season 1, 2, and 3 got better. Season 1, 2, and 3. Daredevil was the ish. Punisher season 2 was I didn't really like it. Luke Cage season 2 was the first season was good. Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist was trash. The Defenders was trash. It's just called what it is, man. And I feel like you can be more gritty on Netflix. Why don't you just keep the grittier characters over there? Bro, a lot of their Netflix shows suck. So why invest money into it? But I don't know. That's my 2 cents on the Wolverine, the first look at Wolverine's costume and everything. So what do y'all think about the storyline? Do you think that, are you excited? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? If you do, either way, tell me why down below. Maybe it's just me. I hope it's not just me. I hope it is just me. Whatever, right? But I appreciate y'all for watching again. I'm going to be back with another topic, man. I appreciate y'all. Hit the like button, hit the dislike button, whichever one suits your fancy. And yeah, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any more videos popping up, man. We just going to take this thing to the top, one video at a time. I appreciate y'all.